What's the story behind your Reddit username? Calm is my name and there was already 4 Calms, so had to use Calm 5. I'm very observant. I was told that I'm the opposite of incredibly handsome. I respect the elderly. I wanted to order pizza. I was too broke to afford it. Couldn't think of a name. Ended up pressing the random button and got a weird username. Because I'm in recovery. Architect was taken. Seriously, please like and subscribe and comment something nice or tell me your non-existent story. I'm literally a hard-working Reddit slave. When I was 12, I was in a dark spot. I was sent to stay with relatives by my parents because I was such a mess. A family friend took me under his wing and helped me get through it. He was awesome and taught me D&D and how to take care of exotic birds. He taught me about tolerance and charity. He also performed as a drag queen using the stage name Candy Acid. I have used this moniker as a handle from time to time since the internet became a thing. The original Candy Acid passed away in 1995. I created my account in 2017 and I'm a Redditor. Jill is a woman in the Old Testament. She uses a hammer to drive a tent peg through a guy's head and gets a song written about her, praising her and calling her blessed among women. The same title that would be much later applied to Mary, the mother of Christ. My mom picked my username 45 years ago. Luckily it wasn't already taken. My dog's nickname. His name is Jerry. He had big balls, or balls in Scottish slang. I had to have them removed. Felt really bad for him. And so in memory, he affectionately became Gerbors or Gerbs for short. I had a dog. Her name was Sadie. Good talk now was already taken. It's a line from a movie that I say repeatedly at work: do this or I'll stick this pen in my aorta. Jabs pen and neck, your aorta is in your chest. Pen click. Good to know. No clue. I was thinking of a name to use for PlayStation. And after about an hour of sitting there, it just popped into my head. And I like the name so much that I use it for pretty much everything. Wanted to see if it actually works. It actually works. Edit. So I walked back into range of my Wi-Fi router and my phone near exploded from all the alerts. To answer a few repeat questions. Yes, it does work. No, I don't share. Not because I'm selfish. But I'd rather not spread something that doesn't belong to me. Birds and man boobs show up less often than lady boobs. I have gotten people pretending to be other women. Ironically, I'm an ass man. I like baths and geometry. Well, my name is Summer. I think usernames are stupid. It was 6 years ago and I thought people would think it's funny that pizza is in my name. I hate 14-year-old me. I didn't even like pizza that much. I like D&D and marijuana. When I was creating a backup email address, I used this name. Unfortunately, I somehow misspelled Twain and got Twain. But TBH, I actually prefer the latter. I want to change. Okay, so back when I started Roblox I needed a username. My friend was like, pull a random Pokemon card from my tin. I pulled Impelion. So I put it in Roblox, but it was already used and it suggested Skinny Impelion. I random generated this one. I liked it a lot, so I just chose it. My surname looks a lot like Tovina, which means wizard. I started to use it in Clash of Clans, and since there are wizards in the game, I thought, why not? I wanted one without numbers, and after like 10 tries this one was accepted. I like it. I think it's cute. I reckon it describes me perfectly. Well, we do. Donald we? I'm a nurse who crochets, and is usually grumpy. It's the name of my PSN account and the year I created it. All online presence since has been under the same guise. Neutralize is taken, so I looked down on what I was studying, and it was about atom crap. First thing that hit my eye was neutron. So why not neutronize? Edig also got a rat that I tried neutronized first, but it was also taken, so I removed a D. Problem solved. I have a name. Well, I don't get jokes easily, and most of the stuff I read here take time to make sense to me. I think cats are fantastic. You might wonder how I ended up here. Too much masturbation. I'm lonely. A Japanese girl was in the hospital after the bombing of Hiroshima. She was certain she would live if she could fold 1,000 paper cranes. She died after folding 644. I saw a statue of her in Seattle where people had folded thousands of paper cranes. They get rained on and the city cleans up the soggy paper cranes, but more people keep folding more. I drink soy milk. I'm a dude who cross-dresses occasionally. Heather's a minor character from a Terry Pratchett novel and has an amusing name. I delete Reddit accounts every year, so I have to come up with new ones. This is probably my 10th Reddit name. I'm very creative. I have made some cringy jokes in my life and I have lots more to come. I made it when my so passed away. It stands for the Holy Sandwich, UK, because the adjective object was a popular format for YouTubers at the time, and I'm British, which was important to me. For some reason, I've now changed it to infrabread, a bad pun. Much better, D. It's been the same everywhere it's asked to insert a username for 5 years. It's a mix of multiple things. I just came up with it randomly, and I love it lol. My first and last name together make a major holiday. I tried like 5 different names and they were all taken. I go by the nickname DD, long story, and I really like Skittles, and Daedalus was the first thing on my mind as I was reading Greek mythology previously, so I just pieced the two together. I used a random word selector. Eduardo from Buenos Aires. I'm a sheep in society that follows what other people like. I like big butts and I cannot lie. I just really like ants. Unprotected sex. Kinda obvious. Hey, bleeding shaft here. Warning, this is NSFW. I feel like this is my time to shine. /cracks knuckles. I'm going to shorten the story and basically butcher it cause I have to go in a minimum, but here's a shot at it. Basically I went to meet up with that same FWB at the shops. We hadn't seen each other in 2 weeks and I only had time to pretty much have a short catch up and walk her back to her place. We don't have cars because college. So we are walking back along a busy road and all of a sudden I pulled her to the side behind a tree in the dark and we started making out. All of a sudden she dropped to her knees, pulled down my pants, and started giving me the best head of my life. I have a public kink, but I'm normally not too into the real public stuff. More like somewhere where the odds of getting caught are highly unlikely. But this was very likely as we were just 10 meters from a busy road. At one point I had someone park their car near us and hop out and go into their house or something. Anyway, I was enjoying what was the best 2 minutes of my life when I felt myself coming close to climax. I was literally about to come when she got a bit too keen on one of the strokes and took it to the base. It felt like it stretched a little, but wasn't a big deal at the time till I heard something that no man wants to hear when getting head. WTF, there's blood. Hearing those words instantly frightened the erection out of me, and I knew exactly what had happened. My banjo string had snapped. All of a sudden there we were on the street cleaning my dick blood off ourselves with tissues. It was not how I expected my Wednesday evening to go. It was surprisingly everywhere and bleed a lot. My FWB was so sorry, but I put on a brave face and insisted that it was fine while cleaning some of my shaft blood off her lips. I felt so bad for her. I was terrified and screaming on the inside though. I walked her home, raced home to inspect the damage. There was a significant tear and lots of bleeding. I had to not have any sexual activity for 6 weeks, which was hard, and it never connected to the tissue and I have still got a scar, but it works fine. Hurt like shit for a week though. Also hurt to go to the bathroom. On a side note though, I became a huge advocate of the sit down wee. Had to do it for a week after the incident, and even now on occasion I will use the sit down wee. Mainly while drunk. Hope this wasn't too gross.